Welcome to Revitalize Dunkirk. I'm Valerie Champlin,
And, and I'm Jim Fisher.
and we're both members of Revitalize Dunkirk. Jim is special in that he's the president of Revitalize Dunkirk.
El Presidente.
That's right, Presidente. And we're here this evening to introduce you, for those of you who don't know about Revitalize Dunkirk, we're a nonprofit organization in the city. We're a 501c3, which is an official designation of a nonprofit organization. We have bylaws, we have a mission, we have objectives, we have a board of directors, we have officers. So we're a fully fledged organization for the betterment of the city. And I'll just take a moment to read our mission statement because I don't have it memorized. And then we'll tell you some about Revitalize Dunkirk, what we're up to this year, and some of the things we're pretty excited about, and programs that we've done in the past. So the mission for Revitalize Dunkirk is to bring planning ideas for improved urban living to residents and elected officials of the city, to preserve the historic heritage, enhance the physical infrastructure, reinvigorate commerce, and boost community pride and vision. And to that end, Revitalize Dunkirk meets every month. And Jim can tell you a little bit about our monthly meetings and how those work and when they're held.
They're every third Thursday of the month at 6:30 at the Fredonia Technology Incubator on Central Avenue in Dunkirk, not Fredonia. A lot of people think, what's a Dunkirk meeting doing in Fredonia? But it's in Dunkirk in the 200 block of Central Avenue. And we always have a guest speaker. Just last month we had the superintendent of schools, Dr. Tracy, speak. He had a very interesting presentation.
About his vision for the school district.
Absolutely. And I a couple of things he said, I was like, wow, I didn't know
I
this.
learned some things I didn't know about
And
the district.
then we have committee updates from various members and various committees. And
Do you want to mention what the committees are, Jim?
yes, the committees are transportation, marketing, and membership, I believe, and transportation.
Beautification.
And beautification. I forgot that one.
Right. And we have certain standing committees and ad hoc committees, meaning, certain committees are standard, but other committees are as interests wax and wane in terms of ad hoc, meaning beautification is an ad hoc committee, but they do wonderful work. And you've probably noticed through the city of Dunkirk along the main drags in the summertime, the beautiful hanging baskets. That's the work of the beautification committee. And that program, the hanging basket program, will be expanding this summer. Jim, you want to talk a little bit about the expansion of that program?
It's going to be up to 6th Street, I believe 8 extra baskets.
So there are like almost 30 baskets now, I
Oh
believe.
yeah, Central Avenue and 4th Street. And we eventually, as we get more money and, possibly more members and everything to, because it's an expanding operation, so it takes a little bit more time and effort. But we'd like to, maybe on Lakeshore Drive or something like that eventually, but not yet.
Another thing we're very proud of and have seen a lot of success in is our BYOC, which stands for Bring Your Own Chair. It means we gather as a group once a month throughout the summer months to watch the sunset. And we have various locations we've used in the past. Jim, you want to talk a little bit about where we've had the BYOCs?
Yeah, we've been at Point Gratiot, we've been at Wright Park, Pangolin,
Lighthouse.
and the Lighthouse. And Lighthouse we tried for the first time last year, and it was quite a nice
It's
location.
a beautiful spot for sunset watches.
Yes, and we had
And thank you to Channel 12 for putting the beautiful sunset picture up in our
absolutely.
background too.
And And we also, last year was the first time that we had a bonfire at
The bonfire.
The bonfire.
The bonfire was a success.
Yes,
Drew lots of people.
yes, and
Point
and
Gratiot.
I'd like to thank the city of Dunkirk because we talked to them about it, and through talking with them, they decided to work with us and do the bonfire on our BYOC night, and it turned out absolutely great. We had probably 250 people on the beach, up on the by the roadway,
Up on the cliff area.
Yeah, and
it was great, and it was a huge bonfire.
Oh yes,
and of course the fire department was there to
Yeah.
make sure everything was great.
Yeah, they're the
and
ones.
not out of control.
Yes, they're the ones that lit it up.
Yeah. And the pyromaniacs throughout Chautauqua County were all there in attendance.
But yeah, that turned out really good. And then we tried the lighthouse last year, and that was real nice. And they actually had discounted tours of the lighthouse during the BYOC.
That's right.
And that was pretty neat too, because everybody could go up in the tower and see Dunkirk from a great vantage point.
Right.
So.
And the sunsets, as we know, I mean, they're just superb. They're the prettiest sunsets in the whole world. So we're so lucky that we can enjoy that.
Yeah.
So we're very proud of BYOC. And one thing we did last year is one of our BYOCs, we had lawn games. And we had bocce and other lawn games, even jarts, believe it or not, even though people were very nervous about that.
The real jarts.
Yeah, the real jarts,
from
too.
the old days.
From the old days. But what we learned was, we thought this year we'd try something new and see if it works out. We'd like to try bocce in the park. And we're thinking of Washington Park to have a bocce game or a bocce tournament, if you will. And we may have 2 or 3 bocce games going simultaneously. We haven't worked out all the details yet, but we're excited about it.
Yes, we are. Bocce, bocce,
Bocce,
baby.
bocce, baby. So keep watching the Facebook page or our web page and come to our monthly meetings and find out more about bocce in the park.
Absolutely.
Jim mentioned that we've had... last month we had Superintendent Tracy visited our monthly meeting to talk about his vision for the district. And every month we do try to have a different guest. I remember one that really meant a lot to me was having the head of the Jamestown Renaissance program talk to us about what the city of Jamestown is doing to improve the city and the $10 million that they were awarded and what they're doing with that money. And I learned a lot from that. So every month we have a different type of guest speaker. One month it may be someone from STEL. One month it may be someone from,
it could be even a city official.
A city official. We had Rebecca Janus once give a presentation about what the development department is doing in the city of Dunkirk. So we try to hit upon different areas, different people. We like to attract more people to come to our monthly meetings. So please make time and mark your calendar every Thursday evening, third Thursday evening of the month at 6:30 at the incubator, as Jim mentioned a few minutes ago. What other kinds of things are we thinking of, Jim, or we're hoping to attract more members to Revitalize Dunkirk?
Well, I think I would just like to get citizens and your neighbors,
young people,
community involved.
Young
in
people,
Dunkirk. Yes, involved in Dunkirk, because Dunkirk, it's a unique little hometown.
We'd like young people of all backgrounds. We'd like a diverse population of people turning out for our meetings.
Absolutely.
And we welcome everyone. And we're not there for a B session, if you know what I mean. We're not there to gripe and complain and say, oh, it's so horrible. And we're there to promote the city and do positive things for the city and talk about the positive things of the city. what's happening in terms of development, what's happening in terms of new businesses, what's happening in terms of when businesses leave or community members leave, how can we attract new blood, new people, new businesses, new energy?
Yeah.
And how can we capture the energy of our young people and get them involved and get them to stay in Dunkirk and raise their families?
Yeah, because both Valerie and I we've lived in different areas of the country, and we both moved back. And
we're both from Dunkirk originally, or at least I lived here from the age of 5 to 17, and then I came back in my old age. So I just came back a few years ago, and I know I've lived in a variety of parts of the country. I've been fortunate enough to live in, you name it, I've probably lived there, from California to Oklahoma to New Jersey. But this is a good area, and so we're here to talk about it and let you know the positive things that are happening in the city. And Jim, you lived in the Midwest and Florida, right?
Right. Florida Keys, and I've had
Ooh,
many people ask
la.
me, why did you move back here?
For the sunsets.
Absolutely. But you know, I guess you can take the guy out of Western New York, but what's that saying? You can take the guy out of Western New York, but Western New York is always going to be in him, or whatever. That you know, I just love this area, and you know, Florida Keys don't have anything on it.
We'd also like to know what you would like Revitalize Dunkirk to look into, to discuss, to take up, to think about, to advocate. And you can let us know your ideas by going on our Facebook page. We also have a web page.
RevitalizeDunkirk.com.
There you go. That's it. And we also have a post office box. So if you want to drop us a note, or if you have ideas for this program, because we hope to come to you in the future on a regular basis when we have something to talk about. And you can write to us at Post Office Box 107, Dunkirk 14048. And the web page is www.revitalizedunkirk.com.
Absolutely.
And the Facebook page is www.facebook.com.
Yeah.
There you go. So you have various ways of letting us know what you're interested in and what we can do in Revitalize Dunkirk to make things more meaningful for you. But please come to some monthly meetings because I think you'll enjoy them. They're not long, they're not tedious. We try to keep them as light as we can and have a good time. And Jim and I would love to have a good time on this program, and we intend to.
Absolutely.
We love to laugh and joke, and I hope you'll enjoy that too.
And even if you don't get to a meeting, just maybe comment or contact us on the webpage or whatever, just so we know you're out there. We want to hear from you, you know, anybody's.
And the members of the board and the membership at large each have various interests. Certain people are interested in like nature, so they're really into the hanging baskets or in flower beds. Other people are really interested in attracting more tourists. Other people are really interested in improving transportation or the cityscape or the streets or the sidewalks. So people of various interests and backgrounds come to our meetings, and we welcome all. And again, not to complain, but to talk about ideas on how we can improve things. In fact, the involvement of Revitalize Dunkirk had a lot to do with the approval by the city of Dunkirk to approve the bike lanes. We were instrumental in getting new bike racks throughout the city of Dunkirk, things like that. So we have made a difference in small ways perhaps, but in meaningful ways for our citizens. So welcome to Revitalize Dunkirk. We hope to come back to you very soon in the future. And Jim and I will be here. We may have special guests. We may go out on the road in the city of Dunkirk and interview perhaps some local business owners. We may go to some little known spots in the city that perhaps you haven't thought about in a historical context. But we're here to enjoy the city, promote the city, talk to you, and enjoy this together. So welcome to Revitalize Dunkirk. We hope to come back real soon.
And that's it.
That's it. Thank you, everyone.